Hey guys, welcome to the MotoBandit show. I'm your host, Clifford Barnard, and thank you for tuning into my channel and coming on a musical journey with me. If you're new to the channel, thank you for visiting. You don't have to subscribe. If you want to, you can. No, I'm just joking. Yeah, if you're new to the channel, this channel is about just going on a musical journey, listening to songs that you guys recommend to me, and I literally take it from the comments straight into YouTube and I will listen to it and I'll react to it. So that's kind of where I'm at. So I did my first batch of videos for you guys and I got a whole host of comments coming back on each of the videos. So I'm busy working through all of those. So I've got a whole like massive list of new tunes I'm going to be uploading. So hopefully it's not once a week anymore. Maybe I'll try and do 2 videos a week, just depending on how long and far it's going to go. But I appreciate the comments. I appreciate you visiting and I appreciate you listening. But yeah, on a serious note, consider subscribing. It does help the channel. Give me a like, blah, blah, blah. You know the drill. So moving on. So I'm here in the. I posted a tune called Demerge, official music video, and I got this from Rick. I think it's called D'Amato. His channel. He mentioned this band, MESHUGGAH. I never heard of them, even though I'm a metalhead and musician. I never heard of these dudes. Reacted to the video, immediately a fan. I bought their latest album, downloaded it, and I've been listening to it ever since. So just going through some of the comments, just to give you guys a bit of a shining light here. So Joe, Thomas Hark is actually an absolute legend. Checking out his Clockworks jam through next. Okay, everyone's saying Clockworks. That's kind of the next video that's up next. So I assume it is this one. Drum player through. So I'll watch both of them. Coming through, Max Viking says, amazing band, drummers out of this world. They are the band that invented djent. And for those of you who don't know what djent is, there's a whole guy on YouTube that just does like rip-offs of djent. But djent is actually a music style. They're one of the most influential metal bands of all time. The singer uses his voice as percussion instrument, pretty unique. Band creates a metal subgenre djent that may okay guys, I get the djent. Thanks John for your comment. John Moody, listen to Clockworks, and based off John's recommendation, that's the next song. So I made a comment in, are they playing in drop D or drop C or whatever? And it's not C they're playing. It's basically E standard, but in a full octave down on the guitars. So it's the same register as the bass. So typically metal bands, what they would do is to have a lower tone when they're playing on the distortion. They would tune the top string of E down 2 steps, which would be D, right? And then what sometimes like Korn, if I'm mistaken, bear with me here, but the idea is to get that low tone, is then their top string would be D, and they would tune the whole guitar into standard tuning of E, but in the tuning of D. And what they would do is typically then drop tune the top string even further 2 steps down to C. And that is what I refer to. That was my thought process in terms of how low bottom heavy the guitars are. And Jamie is obviously correcting me and saying it's not C they're playing, it's basically E standard. So it's standard E tuning, but it's a whole octave down. What he means by that is it's standard tuning, so it's standard E guitar tuning. So any guitar that you listen to, Eric Clapton, Mark Knopfler, it's tuned in E, right? What they've done is they've tuned all 6 of the strings down 12 notes. So that's a whole octave, and it's standard tuning, and that is why it sounds so low. So then it would be the same register, the bass. So Jamie, thank you for correcting me there. Appreciate it. Makes sense. Yeah, in stuck. Thunderous Precision, Yorty, thank you. Check out Clockworks. Okay, so everyone on the MESHUGGAH or MESHUGGAH video said Clockworks. And then, so because Clockworks expect opposite and probably the most technical song. There's reason. Thomas Hark is your favorite metal drummer. So Thomas Hark, I think I should react to some of his stuff. Most popular song is Bleed. Don't do the music video. It cuts the song short. My personal favorite is Dances to the Discordant System. Okay, cool. Let's get into it. Enough waffling. I'll do a Clockworks music video. I prefer to see them live. If there is one. Bleed. This old Bully's already beat me to it. The key of Jeeves. Okay, let's go. enough waffling. Oh no, no, why? Why? Let's try again. Let's try again. Let's try again. Sorry, guys. Let's try again. There we go. Sometimes my YouTube does that. Sometimes, like, I'll hit play. I've got very, very good fiber, and like, it just hangs and hangs, and I think, oh, okay, cool. The internet is not great, but actually, it's not the internet. For some reason, it's not loading, like the actual player. Anyway, let's get into it. I don't know what I'm looking at, but visually it's quite cool. Whoa. Whoa, that is so cool. Visually, that's so cool. I still don't know what I'm looking at. Wow. Wow. I want to get some lyrics. Sorry, guys. Let me just get some Clockworks lyrics. Let me just do this. There we go. Let's do that. Just minimize. That's my reaction list. Let's do some lyrics, guys. Yeah, let's have a listen. Okay, let's get going. Okay, so dismantling the clockwork that makes me the cynic. Palette, wheel, and click. Properties in my indifference, reverse engineering what makes it tick. Dissecting the fine-tuned mechanism, rack and barrel, spring and pin. Its synchronous characteristics to kill what makes it spin. Wow. Okay, that's quite deep. Clockworks, obviously it's the internal workings of a clock. Disassemble this machinery, reprogram these eyes onto this design, labeled and filed, each part index broken into pieces, thoroughly burned, deconstruction of what I am, buried into. Wow, I think it's just an analysis of like he's trying to make a relation to assembling and disassembling like a clock. I don't know. Oh, the tone is brilliant. Yes, that drumming is brilliant. Yo. Kobo. Hey. Yes, bro. Yes, that drumming is yeah, bro. Awesome. Double bassing. Like, listen to this. Listen to this. Has like syncopated, and then he goes into like, I don't know what they call it, but it's probably like 16s or 32s or whatever. Double bass. Yes, the breakdown. Hey, hey. Okay, look, visually, I mean, musically, the song is brilliant, but visually, this music video, for me, just, it isn't great. Like, to be honest, guys, sorry. It's not doing much for me, but I'll definitely watch this drum playthrough. Let's do it again. Yes, look at that snare work. So what you're seeing here is that he's got his double bassing going. So typically when you're drumming, you have your hi-hat, and you got your hi-hat pedal at the bottom here, so that you can open and close your hi-hat the whole time. And as you can see, he's playing, his hi-hat is opening and closing. See, with this left leg here. Then he's got his right leg, obviously, on his bass drum. He's got his snare drum here, and he's got his two toms. He's got his two floor toms, and he's got his high tom. It's probably like a 14-inch tom there. Cymbals, yeah, he's got an array of cymbals. But the key thing I'm trying to show you here is that the technical ability around when a drummer plays, usually he keeps his time on the hi-hat the whole time. The whole time. Now what he's doing is he's actually playing, so he can use both of his hands on the toms, and as you can see, he's playing with the toms and doing all these cool like drumming like riffs and stuff like that. I'm not a drummer, but he's keeping the time with his left leg instead of with his right arm. He's keeping it with his left leg. So mentally you have to switch around your timing. Very difficult, very hard to master, but once you do it, it's brilliant. And a lot of jazz drummers also do it where they've got the hi-hat going, and then they're playing with both hands on the tom. So what this technique does is actually frees up one of your arms, so you can do the tom stuff that he's doing now. So if we just go back, check it out. So he's using both of his arms, and the hi-hat is with his left leg. Check. Yeah. So the hi-hat is always needs to be in the mix. So you either play it with your hand or you're playing it with your foot. And a lot of drummers can't really do this left leg hi-hat playing on the click the whole time. It's quite difficult. See, now he uses his right hand. He's got a different hi-hat specifically. So typically a drummer would play on the left. What he's done is he's got an entire whole separate set of hi-hats on his right arm. So he doesn't have to reach over and play on the side the whole time. So it's just quick and easy on the toms on this side. Well, from the toms to the hi-hat. And now, why he's doing that is, so instead of using his left leg on the hi-hat, what he's doing is he needs to double bass. He needs to do that ba-da-da-da sound. So he needs still the hi-hat to be involved. So what he's done is he's switched from his left leg to his right arm to the hi-hat sound. and he's using both of his legs now for the double bassing. And then when he kicks over to the tom work, you'll see he uses his left leg on the hi-hats. So check, double bassing on the legs and accenting. Brilliant. You see his left leg move over there? See now it's with a hi-hat here, locked in. So you can use the cymbals and do some like tom work as well. And you can hear it's just a single kick drum now because obviously he doesn't need the left leg. Yeah, there's back into the double bass rudiments, or the syncopation stuff, and using his right arm on the hi-hat again. It's just brilliant. It's amazing. He's perfectly on the click. It's perfectly on the click. I'm not even looking at the lyrics on the left hand or on the right hand side of my screen. Oh, it's so good. Yes, and that China is just the whole time. And if you don't know what a China is, that's what the China is. It's more of an accenting type of cymbal. You don't use it as like your hardcore riding or hardcore crashing. So the typical cymbals at the top here are crash cymbals. This is a typical kind of China, and that looks like it's a China as well. So he will use these two as accents. These two will be crashes, and he's got like a ride. I don't know what these are, but this looks like a typical ride. But he's now riding on the crash the whole time. The whole time. Nice. Oh. Oh, musically, this for me is like, it's so much more, how can I say, I wouldn't say entertaining, but it's more like I'm absorbing what he's doing so much more better than just watching a usual music video. Like, to me, this is like the epiphany of just appreciating musicianship. This guy is brilliant. And I mean, Thomas Hark, that's how we would say it. I don't know if he's Harky or Harky or whatever. But yeah, brilliant, 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 brilliant. Nice. In the pocket. Hey, shit, this is good. And the thing is, his accents are not always the same. Like he always, I don't know, he's like doing different things, but he's still keeping this like the same thing, the main thing. Brilliant. Just makes me want to go mosh. In the pocket, in the pocket. Yes, his snare work. Yeah, I thought they were going to come to like some sort of big drop. What I would have appreciated is if they didn't have this blurry editing around the edges. I would have loved to see like what's going on here. I would have loved to see what these lights or these microphones. I would have loved to see like what this piece of like kit is here, to see sort of, this is probably the the monitoring system for his ears. He's got in-ear monitors like I do. So yeah. Brilliant. Sure. It's so good. Yeah, sorry guys, I had to just disappear there for a sec. Because it's just getting very hot in this room, and you can see I'm getting a little flushed. It also doesn't help that I'm drinking a bit of wine. But be that as it may, thank you so much for joining the channel. I appreciate it, and listening along with me. Thank you for the recommendation, guys. Yo, that was proper. I mean, I've been doing reaction videos for the last, it's 4 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. And I need musically, and from a stimulation, mental stimulation point of view, like you need stuff like that, So be that as it may, thank you for visiting the channel. Consider subscribing and keep on the recommendations. I appreciate it. Yeah, have a good one, guys. See you on the next one. Cheers.